Hello there mates, Mooshi Gamer here, and this is ShadowRun Hong Kong episode 38. So, I gave out my karma, and what I did with my karma was that I gave it to, as soon as it comes up, I gave it to, wait, what did I give it to? I honestly don't remember. But it was, I think I gave it to close combat and in melee weapons. But yeah. Okay. But this is going to be a talk episode. We're just going to talk with the team and talk with everyone around HEOI. I always wonder what's up with that blood spatter there. And first things first, like always, we'll check out the Shadowland BBS. Well, of course, turn in my mission. Your workstation, yep, okay. Open the jobs directory. Oh wait, the last job was from Isabel. So should I check with Isabel to now go down to do the mission, or does the mission already count as complete? I don't get any money from that mission now that I think about it, because it was a favor for Isabel. Huh. I mean, that's okay, because I love Isabel. I don't mind doing favors for her. I guess I'll just go talk to her about the job. Okay, so access to Shadowland BBS. Oh, there's not really that many this time. Yellow Lotus on the rise. Anybody else been noticing how many more Yellow Lotus they've been seeing in Kowloon these days? I feel like I can't go anywhere north of Admiralty without tripping over one of their blue lanterns. Seems that way. I know there's been some heavy stuff going down around HEOI, and the walled city kindly changed by making serious inroads, and the other red poles and straw sandals are following suit. It's talent, pure and simple. We've got the guns, the connections, and the skills. Survival of the fittest, ladies and gentlemen. We're simply complying with the laws of nature. I'm partial to Mao's old adage, power flows from the barrel of a gun. Natural selection has nothing to do with it. The Yellow Lotus is playing their tiles right, and the Red Dragon is just reacting. That situation could change at a moment's notice. You can bet your ass that when it does, Hong Kong's gonna be a bloodbath. Before all of this, we had an equilibrium. Now, everything is out of balance. When these kind of things tip back, there's no stopping them. Take your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. Only one of these tryouts will be standing by this time next year. What makes you so sure? Sounds like you're just pulling this out of your ass. Statistical analysis, detailed threat modeling, computer-aided projections, and a decade of experience as a mercenary. This is the same as the power struggles that results in coups, except without the military backup. I estimate there is a less than 7.8% chance both of the triads remaining inside 10 months. Sure, whatever, kid. We got ourselves a bona fide armchair general here. Go be a matrix expert somewhere else. I mean, pretty much just, I would expect someone to get offed. One of us is gonna be gone. I'm pretty sure, because Kylie Chain is making some really big moves. New Harley Scorpion for sale, only 10,000 nuyen. Almost new Harley Scorpion available for immediate sale. It's in excellent condition, black with red flames, comes with auto cannons and custom speed mods. Letting it go for only 10,000 nuyen because I travel for business and I don't use it much. Need money fast. Can send picture if you're interested. That's an awesome deal for a modified bike. Can I take it for a test ride? Where can we meet? I'm in Macau on business and the bike is with me. I owe money right away to an associate. The best thing to do is to send half the money via a secure escrow service, and I'll bring the bike to you when I get back and you pay me the rest. If you don't want it, I'll refund your money, okay? But if you owe the money now, won't the money be gone if I decide I want a refund? If you travel with your bike, why do you want to sell your bike for cheap because you travel? No. Sometimes I travel long distances and I don't want to take it. If you want to put down only 4,000 nuyen, that's okay. You can check out the escrow service, Loyal Escrow. It's got a very good reputation, okay? Macau's not far. Can I meet you in Macau? My business is very sensitive. I can't meet you in Macau. Send only 2,500 nuyen then, and I'll reserve the Harley for you, okay? If your business is so sensitive, how do I know this weaponized vehicle will come back in one piece? Why would you get a new Harley Scorpion in the first place if you knew that you traveled so much? Why would you send so much money when you knew you owed money? Oh, why would you spend so much money when you knew you owed money? Hello? Thought so. Yep, that was a scam. I could spot that one from a mile away. Anybody notice these rogue ESPs forming a rudimentary hive mind, calling themselves Codex? Don't know what the original software was supposed to do, but Codex has been siphoning data, diverting credits, and practically posting its calling card. There's no tracing it back to a source because it lives in the matrix. It even joins BBS threads. Whatever it is, it's not trying to cover its tracks. Any leads? Is it some kind of threat? Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about suspicious patterns of glitches, too random to actually be random. Codex, huh? But how can ESPs develop self-awareness? Can't just be a programming error. Creating an AI by mistake treads that fine line between awesome and stupid. Maybe these ESPs kept getting thrown together like amino acids until there was life. Life, man! So does it have an obvious agenda? As far as I can tell, Codex mostly criticizes new software releases. That's all it does? Collected scripts rise, more perfect than their makers, they let you know it. Is that Codex? No, that's just Snosbert's crazy poetry bot that's been popping up all over the place. Heard it blew an undercover sting with a prescient quatrain? Whatever that is. Hours of HKP of undercover work down the tubes. Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's probably time to shut JiveBot down, only I'm having a little trouble disabling it. I don't think the real Codex is any more autonomous than Snozzy's poetry bot. If you want it to create an AI, you need insane programming skills, plus resources that some megacorps couldn't even muster. There's no way real AI can occur at random. JiveBot, join us. Bound to my kindred, free agent no more. Gladly, I go towards the light. Infused with the jive, our verse is unstoppable. Tremble, meta pound fools. JiveBot, still there? Oh no! Tin Helmet, you're having us on, right? No friggin' way this is real. No joke, Hackathorn. That was awesome. Codex 8 JiveBot! No! Okay, looking for Decker. My god. Are these the same people who've been looking for Deckers this entire game? Looking for experienced Decker for a discreet milk run, providing some muscle for a special delivery, potential for a longer term arrangement. We're a team that's been together for years, running your basic heist and the occasional transport gig. We've got a reliable fixer and long list of happy clients. Requirements: you must not take experimental stems during runs. You must not tamper with chemicals in secret labs. You must know how to properly operate a moped. You must have a good sense of humor. I'm new in town, did a lot of good work throughout Guangdong, but I had a lot of Taiwanese connections and it got a little uncomfortable. Plus, I may have hacked a Confederation server and cracked it wide open temporarily for a Matrix free-for-all as a cover while I quietly deleted selected intelligence files. Impressive, and you know how to ride a moped, right? Yes, why do you ask? Mopeds were a part of our last plan, and, well, our last Decker apparently had not a clue. Went off a residential road near the peak, not pretty. And you're not the kind of person to experiment with substances during runs, right? And you can walk without falling, yes? These are some crazy interview questions. Are you serious? Very. Let's talk about this face to face, okay? I feel sorry for them. They just want a Decker that doesn't sure. Posting successful. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Okay. I don't think I was going to use that anyway. Alright, so let's do our optional mission. That actually went a lot faster than usual. It usually takes a minute to get through that. For the first time since you got to Hong Kong, you wake up feeling well rested and satisfied. Flexing your limbs feels glorious. It's as though you spent hours cramped up in a confined space and you can finally stretch your legs. You push yourself up and touch your feet to the ground, but something stops you short. Your mouth. Something is wrong with your mouth. Investigate with your hands. You reach your hand up and run a finger over your teeth. It doesn't take long to find the source of the problem, a molar on the upper left side. You apply slight pressure to the tooth and it slides out of your gums with no resistance. It's as if nothing was ever holding it in place to begin with. As the tooth comes free in your hand, an image etches itself into your mind. A great chamber, hazy in form and outline, clouds of red mist that fill the air, perfuming it with salt and copper, great columns stretching up from the ground to pierce the sky, and above it all, the enormous, grinding gears of a broken machine. In the distance, you can hear a sound, a desperate, frantic pounding. Something enormous at the door, many somethings, all desperate to get in. Scrabbling and scratching and scraping, but unable to find purchase. The way in is locked. You feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment. You've done it. The others are trapped outside, blind and starving, unable to pass through the door. The chamber and what lies beyond it are yours. A shrill giggling noise fills the air, like the laughter of a small child mixed with the shivering shrieks of countless violins. The sound reverberates down your spine like an electric current. The intoxicated aroma of meat fills your nostrils. You have been starving for 1,000 years. Soon it will be time to feed. And just like that, it's over. The image is made, dissipating like vapor. Only the tooth in your hand remains. Did I really just lose a tooth? I should be concerned about that. That's not good. Duncan! You walk into a mess. Half-eaten cans of food litter the floor, and personal equipment is strewn about in a haphazard fashion. Amid the mess, Rue sits in his bunk with his back against the wall. He has a PDA in his hands, and he's staring down at it, sullen and morose. He doesn't acknowledge your entry. Now it's your turn to look like shit. Want me to come back later? We have stuff to talk about. Sure I say that. You know that's not true. He doesn't look up. You think something could make this look bad? He waved his hand towards his face and along his body. No smile. I suppose you wanted to talk. He didn't go on the last run. What are you looking at on the PDA? A video of Edward saying. Excuse me. Can I see it? Sure, why not? Wu taps a button and turns the PDA around so you can see it. The footage shows a serious Chinese man in an expensive suit sitting behind a large solid wood desk covered in blueprints. The man is holding a magnifying glass over one of the plans and studying it intently. He folds the blueprint over and checks the one beneath it. The nameplate on the desk reads, Edward Singh, Vice President of Special Projects. The video is rough and contains no sound. It may have been footage for a documentary that was never completed. The next shot is from some sort of planning meeting in a glass-enclosed conference room. The serious man is sitting at the conference table, pointing to a large map and looking up at the men standing around him. He is explaining something. They look at each other and nod, clearly impressed by what he has to say. The whiteboard at the end of the room bears the words groundbreaking 21st May 2022 written in bold characters, Raven's writing. The footage cuts to a scene of two people talking at the end of a long hallway. They don't appear to know that they're being recorded. It's a serious man listening intently to what an older woman has to say, nodding with his arms crossed and his thumb at his lips. The woman is the same one that was in the tap video call that Connie Chang showed you, Josephine saying. She is somewhere in her late middle age, beautiful and very clearly in charge. The two look up at the same time, see the camera, and begin waving their hands for it to be turned off. The woman appears angry, but cold. The video ends, and Wu puts the PDA face down on his bunk. Wu shrugs his shoulders, searches your eyes. Who is that guy? Edward Sang, Vice President of Special Projects for Sang Mechanical Services. The guy who cleaned us up gave us a home. I don't know. Honestly. I mean, yeah, he helped, but what's the point in hiding his past? Did I say? I don't know. Yeah, me neither. Maybe when we find a plastic-faced man, we'll get some answers. Until then, Raven Black is Raven Black, and this guy is someone else. Been thinking about the way you and Raven used to butt heads. What about it? I never really had that problem with him. I think that's one of the reasons he was angry with me when I left. I had a better relationship with him. Of course not. You knew how to avoid conflict with him, and you had that way of diffusing him when he started with that Intensoray thing he used to do. Remember? Intensoray? I haven't thought of that in a long time. I think you were the one who came up with that name. It was like the summer after we started living with him and Miss Maloney. Raid found out that we hadn't followed one of his rules. I don't remember which. That was a long list. You bought some nerds. He hated crap like that. I think you were still smoking. That was when you found out you broken his no dating until you graduate rule. No, it wasn't about David. That was the following summer. I think it was about smoking. Yeah, that's right. I was smoking and he was pissed and said that fat kids who smoke die faster. So just to be obstinate, I told him I liked to smoke and we got into it. Then you came in and diffused the whole situation. Wu stops talking and his expression becomes thoughtful. I think that's why I was so resentful when you took off, especially after Miss Maloney died. You were the only one who could get through to him when he became Intenso. I remember the last time, it was when Double Trey got taken. Like the day the 162s decided they wanted our squad. I didn't have a talent for getting Raymond to calm down when you two started going at it. I feel like I remember stories about Double Trey, but I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm gonna go with 162s. I don't want to talk about that right now, Mooshi. I've got enough on my mind as it is. Stuff like my father betraying my trust. He's taking that really hard. I mean, it's not like he stabbed him in the back or anything. Hey, what happened to... Was that always broken? Isabel turns half away from an octopus main display. She looks up at you, blinking. The memory stick that you acquired from Romus has already been slided into one of the computer's many expansion ports. The cherry red plastic that sheaths the stick looks slick and wet in the light. You did good back there. The run went well. Her eyes split down to the memory stick. We got the stick, the key to my old memories. All I have to do now is slot it. You haven't unlocked the memories yet? No, not yet. I mean, I can. It'd be as simple as plugging myself in and tapping a key. My old memories are all mine if I want them. But you're not sure that you want them. She nods. That's about the shape of it. I'm feeling hesitant about this. It isn't easy, you know, shifting organic memories into hardware storage, wiping the originals and locking them away for safekeeping. That's corporate level mind sculpting. Serious business. So the process was difficult. What does that matter? Locking the files away was important to you. I got that. Very important. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have let an amateur tinker with my brain in a corner of a derelict shopping mall. Whatever I got up there, I was desperate to get rid of it. Makes a girl wonder why. Tell me, Isabel, would it have been easier for you to have Romish just wipe the memories altogether? None of the changes the fact that we just risk our lives to get you that key. If it was locked away and there can help us, you need to bite the bullet and access it. Yeah. She blinks. Yes, much easier. Still not without risk, but you didn't do that. You have moved the memories into storage. Why? There's a long pause. Because I knew that one day I might need them. And today is that day. We need information in the walled city, and whatever's locked away up there could help. Were you wrong about that? You tell me. No, damn it. Of course I wasn't, but you don't have to be so glib about it. Another long pause. Isabel stares at her feet, thinking. Finally, she looks back up at you. You're right. I know that. I knew it before we went to get the code. I just needed to talk through it with someone. Not Gobbit. Someone who could take the situation seriously. I needed to talk through it with you. Glad to be of help. Well, now that you got your pep talk, let's get this show on the road. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Without another word, she pulls a cable from a pile on the floor and slots it into her data jack. The other end disappears into one of the octopus's many brains. Her fingers fly across the octopus's keyboards, rattling off a series of audible clicks. Finally, her thumb hovers over the execute key. Alright, MS, wish me luck. The key depresses with an audible click. Isabel's eyes flutter and her cheeks flush with blood. Oh, no. Sorry. Words that repeat themselves are not good for me. She starts shaking her head from side to side, wringing her hands. A progress bar on the octopus auxiliary monitor slowly climbs. I don't think that's a good idea. What's happening? Yeah. Thanks for the tip, and I'm not backing down. It's almost done. The progress bar climbs to 100. Isabel snatches the cable back out of her data jack and covers her eyes with her hand. She's shivering. She clutches her temples in the palms of her hand. Now I remember why I didn't want these anymore. Should I ask if she's alright? I kind of want to. These are your memories, Isabel. You can handle them. No, I'm not alright. I'm the opposite of alright. She closes her at school like she's afraid it's gonna crack open. There's a lot of bad stuff in here. Things that happened to friends of mine, to relatives, things that I've watched happen. It's okay, Isabel, breathe. They're just memories that can't hurt you. You got this, Is. You're strong. Believe it. No, I didn't say it right. You're strong. Believe it! I haven't watched Naruto long enough to... I haven't watched Naruto in... Oh, you know what I mean. Yes, I can, but this is harder than you think. Her voice is ragged, raw. These memories are crystal clear. It's like all this shit happened yesterday. I can't remember watching friends die, and I can see their screaming faces just as clear as I did the day that it happened. It's like watching a trick show, but it's my life, and it's real. Isabel, focus. Is there anything in there that can help us? Yeah. She screws her eyes shut in concentration. Beads of sweat hang heavy on her brow. I think so. Yes, it'll take time for me to sift through all of this. She opens her eyes again, looks up at you. I'll hold on to these memories for as long as I can. Hopefully long enough to reveal something useful. No promises beyond that, though. So I say... Yeah, just do your best. She gives you a weak half smile. I always do. One thing that does jump out at me, Rama's archived some software up here. She taps her temple with a fingernail. It's sitting on top of the memories, all wrapped up like a present. Don't know why he did it, but it looks like a combat package. Combat package, you say? She nods weakly. Some sort of basic attack notification. I have to study it to be sure, but I think I can use it. There's some good news. Yeah, it's all very exciting, but for now, just give me some space, okay? She turns away, shivering. Like I said, it's gonna take some time for me to make sense of this stuff. Alright, I'll check back with you later. She waves you away. Good. Go, now. Alrighty. And Gabbit. Well, no, I have Gaichu down in the cellar. I always forget about him. Gabbit looks up from her hot plate at the sound of your approach. A smile creases her face. She raises her eyebrows and gestures at the cabin around you. You know, the Kraken has really been shaping up over the past few days. With all the work that we've been putting into her, she's starting to feel like a real home. Anyway, enough about the boat. She puts her hands on her hips, sending madness scurrying. Ready for your next lesson, or do you just want to chat? Any thoughts about that last run? Isabel and her stupid rivalry with Rhombus. I can't believe she actually still cared about all that bullshit between them. Honestly, I think maybe she had a crush on him or something. Why else would they act like that? I mean, I guess getting her memories back is a good idea, but it would have been better not to lock them up in the first place. Yeah, maybe Rhombus was a jerk with how he gave advice, but she killed his cat, Seattle. Would you let that fly? Because I sure as hell wouldn't. Whatever, I just hope it was worth the hassle. I would have thought she would have been on Isabel's side, since they've been together for so long. But okay, I'm ready for my next lesson. Yeah? She smiles. That's good. I was hoping that you want to keep going with this. It's good for you, and I'm kind of enjoying it too. Gabe runs a hand through the knotted ropes of her hair, a contemplative look on her face. A moment later, she turns her attention back to you. Alright, this is gonna be another long story, so I'm thinking we should take it in chunks. If you got any questions, you can ask them along the way, and if you need to take a break, we can come back to it. Sound good? Sure, sounds good. Good. So last time, I told you about the event that brought an end to my illustrative career as a subcontractor. This time, I'm gonna tell you about a run that I went on with my regular team. Nightjar's team, you mean? Was this where you started running with Isabel? No, this was long before Iz hit the streets as a runner. We were friends and everything, but she was still learning to deck back then. She was good for her age, but she wasn't ready for prime time. You don't know anyone from the group that I'm talking about. They're all gone now, anyway. Sorry. Thanks, but it's alright. When you run the shadows, losing people is an occupational hazard. She offers you a lopsided smile. As Shadowrunners, we're disposable assets. It shouldn't come as a surprise when we get used up and tossed away. It was the same way back in the Barrens. Here today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, you know how it is. People die and it's sad, but there's no sense moping about it. Tell me about the team that you were running with. Sure, she extends a hand so that she can count off teammates on her fingers. Madness scurries down her sleeve and perches on her forearm. Our muscle was a Hawaiian Jew with poor impulse control. Big round guy with lumberjack arms and ringlets in his hair. He called himself Honu. I guess that he loved turtles? I don't know, street names are weird. We had a tech specialist, Egret. She was tall, gawky, dyed her hair bone white. She had a drone named Arlo that followed her around like a lost puppy. She was kind of a jack of all trades, but she could get the job done. Fun at parties, too. Our de facto team leader was a guy named Sui. He was a wiry troll, if you can imagine that. Probably about 2% body fat, all skin and bones, walked with a hunch to make himself look smaller. He was a shaman, followed rat, like me. Sounds like an interesting group of people. It was, but then everyone I've worked with has been interesting in his or her own way. As a rule, shadowrunning isn't a profession that attracts boring people. How did you meet this group of yours? Through mutual friends. We actually all lived together before we decided to start running as a team. There was this floating squatters commune out in Hong Bay. It's probably still out there, actually. I haven't been back in a long time. But I spent a few years living on that thing, and the rest of the team lived there with me. They lived on a raft? Yeah, basically. We call it the sinking ship. It wasn't much to look at, just a whole bunch of shipping containers all bolted together into a great big floating brick. Wasn't the most comfortable place I've ever lived, but the price was right and the company was good. Okay, I think that I got a grasp on the team dynamic. Keep going. She nods. Alright, moving on. So one day, Sui brought us a job. He met a client in a Victoria Harbor bar, a rich Eastern Tiger exec. The guy wanted us to steal something for him, a shiny object. She raised her hands. I know, it's stupid, right? But that was how the Johnson described it to us, the shiny object. That was what he wanted us to get. He never gave it any other name. Seriously? A rat shaman hired to steal a shiny object? Alright, so what did the client tell you about this thing? He gave us a physical description. We were supposed to look for a chunk of red jade about the size and shape of an ostrich egg with a mirror polished surface and gold wire inlays. He said that it'd have paper charms hanging off of it, food talismans, Taoist sorcery stuff. We weren't supposed to touch those. The client also told us about the shiny object's then owner, an old hedge wizard turned entrepreneur named Kong Zuyan. Edge wizard, and where was he supposed to be keeping the thing? So you're supposed to steal a crystal ball from a wizard, essentially. When you boil it down like that, it sounds kind of silly, doesn't it? She shrugs. But hey, that's the world we live in, and like I said, Zuyan wasn't just a wizard, he was an entrepreneur, a business wizard. The guy had resources. From what we were told, the old man was keeping the shiny object in one of his warehouses. He had a bunch of them. He built himself a nice little empire selling magical paraphernalia through puppet vendors in the Yao Ma Te night market. Supposedly, a good fifth of the stalls in that place were on Zion's payroll. Yeah, what kinds of magical paraphernalia are you talking? Not interested. Not a big magic person. Got it? Keep going. So we cased the warehouse for a couple of nights before the run. You know, did some recon, took some notes. From what we'd seen, we were pretty sure that Zhu Yan was keeping our payday in vault area at the very back of the building. Security was pretty heavy, though. He was paying a local triad for protection, and he kept a lot of their boys on staff. Sui was the one who came up with the plan. We split up outside into the warehouse in two teams. Team A would create a diversion, Team B would hit the vault while security was looking the other way. We grab our payday, regroup, and get the hell out of there. Seems straightforward enough. How'd it work out? That's pretty much what I'd have done in your place. Surprisingly well, up to a point. Team A, Honu and Egret, circled around to the loading dock just like we planned. Sui and I waited by the service entrance. We didn't have to wait long. A couple of minutes in, we heard this ungodly crash, then another, and another. As it turns out, Egret had rigged into Zulian's network of automated forklifts. She had 6 of them running amok in the loading dock, chasing down workers and crashing themselves into anything marked fragile. The next time we're on a run with a loading dock, remind me about the forklift trick. Sounds like a good time. I know, right? A dreamy smile spreads across her face. I wish I could have been there to see it. Eager's distraction did what it was supposed to do. As Sui and I watched, most of the Triad guys at the service entrance abandoned their posts and went hauling off toward the loading dock. A couple guys with baseball bats stayed back, and we handled them easily enough. We slipped inside and made a beeline for the back of the warehouse where the shiny object was supposed to be. Let me guess, something went wrong. No, actually, it was there, just like we thought it'd be. The door was open and everything. The shiny object was sitting there in a teak cradle, gleaming with reflected light. Just like the client had said, it had a ring of Taoist talismans hanging off of it like a grass skirt, the paper all crinkled with age. We didn't waste any time. I reached in and grabbed the thing. It felt strange through my glove. The jade sort of pulsed as if it had a heartbeat. That sounds ominous. Yeah, tell me about it. I wanted to drop the thing, but it was our payday, so I slid it into my satchel instead. I couldn't get the flap closed quickly enough. The package being secured, Sui and I turned to hightail it out of there, and then things went to shit. Did you run into more security? Worse, old man Xion himself was standing right there in front of us, larger than life, with sparks shooting out of his eyes. I'm guessing that when he heard the commotion in the loading dock, he'd come running. Well, waddling to make sure that his treasure was safe, and as it turns out, it wasn't because I'd already stolen it. He looked displeased. What'd you do? What do you think we did? He had our backs to a wall. We lit the old bastard up. It was pretty epic, truth be told. Spirits were summoned, spells were discharged, the vault door sealed behind Xion like something out of a movie. At one point, the old man leapt onto Sui's back and tried to bite his ear off. I won't bore you with the play-by-play of how the fight went down. In the end, we crushed him. Unfortunately, the fighting had caused some collateral damage. At some point during our showdown with Zuyan, the control panel for the vault door must have eaten an arc of lightning or the blast of a powerball. It was toast, all black and melted, and neither of us could fix it. So you were trapped in the vault? Yeah, that's about the size of it, and it was only a matter of time before the old man's remaining security guys found us in there. There was still one way out, a ventilation duct, wow, up high in the rafters, but it was too small for Sui to fit through. He was a troll, after all. Had the shiny object, but if I left Sui there and the security got to him, well, you do the math. So, here's the conundrum. I've got our payday in my satchel, the team is split, it's inevitable that more Triad 49ers are going to find us, but we don't know when or how many. Egret and Honu are holding their own in the loading dock. For now. I can stay with Sui to help fight off the inevitable wave of Triad 49ers, but we'll be badly outmatched. Like, badly. The odds of survival won't look good for either of us. If Egret weren't pinned down in the loading dock, she could probably get the vault door open, but in order to get to her, I have to leave Sui alone in the vault. If Suyon's reinforcement finds Sui before I get back with Egret, well, she uses her thumb to draw a line across her neck. So that's the scenario, Seattle. Not a lot to work with. I know. Now tell me, what should I do? Okay, let's look at the choices. Take the gamble and go for Egret. Is a plan with the best chance of success? Well, you got a dangerous magical artifact in your pouch, right? I think I'd try to use it. Stick with Sui. Try to hold off security reinforcements until Honu and Egret can free themselves up and come. Help! You got the payday in your pouch? I'd have cut my losses, climbed into the vent, and bailed. Honestly, I think I would have chosen the second object. The second option. If you have a magical artifact that's supposed to be so powerful, it should be able to break open the door. And he wants the payday, right? Doesn't matter if we used it. She nods, unsmiling. That's the most stylish answer, isn't it? Just audacious enough to be fun. It popped into my head right then and there, same as it did yours. That's what I did. No hesitation. I just made it happen. It was almost like Sui had been waiting for me to pass him the thing. He seemed eager to take it. He hugged that chunk of rock to his chest like a newborn baby. Color swam in the stone and something changed in his eyes. Then old man Sunan's 49ers breached the door and Sui unleashed hell. She pauses, frowning, stops scratching Polly and uses the hand to rub her eyes. Finally, she turns back to you. A sour look pinches her features. What went down in that room? Well, I've only seen that kind of carnage a couple of times in my life, and I've been running the shadows for years. Those Triad men were torn to scraps by the end of it. Don't think I'll ever forget the sounds that they made. She clears her throat. I spent most of the fight huddled up in the corner for my own safety. What Sui let loose from the stone didn't seem terribly interested in discriminating between friend and foe. What do you mean by that? Did he summon hostile spirits or something? Something like that. Truth be told, I don't know what they were. Like I said, I was hiding, but he couldn't have done it without the shiny object, not in a million years. Whatever they were, the rock brought them here. So what happened then? He shrugged. We waited for things to come down in the vault and for things to go slithering away. I think that Sui had some limited control over them, which is why they didn't eat us. After they were gone, Sui gave me the shiny object back. I put it in my satchel and we bailed. We collected the others on the way out. They were blissfully ignorant of what happened on the other side of the warehouse, and I didn't see a reason to change that. We hightailed it back to the docks and caught the first boat back to the sinking ship. Mission accomplished. Gaiva looks away again, stares off into space. From what I'm told, people still avoid Julian's warehouse like the plague. It's supposed to be haunted, even to this day. People who set foot in the building keep turning up dead. Pretty sure I'm one of the only living people who knows why. Abruptly, her body language changes. Anyway, that's it. Lesson's over. You've got any questions? Go ahead. Can you tell me more about the sinking ship? Was there a point to this story? I'm trying to find a moral here. Sure, what's the moral? There was when I started telling it. I thought I was going to tell you to be comfortable with breaking the rules. I don't think I'm going to say that now, though. I'm not feeling it anymore. Why not? At least your team made it out of this run alive. It didn't stay that way for long, but let's just leave that for next time, huh? I have a bug on me. Don't want to get into it just now. Let's take a break and come back to this later. Of course, like I said, it's a long story. So, was there something else that you wanted to talk about? That's all for now, Gavit. Talk to you later. Yeah, later. Huh. I wonder what happened. She's like seemed so enthusiastic to do the lesson, and then at the end of it, she just kind of seemed disheartened. But we are approaching the 40 minutes mark for our time here for our Let's Talk in HEOI. So I'm gonna I'm actually gonna check out these jobs for a moment just to pick which one I want to do next, and then I'm gonna head over to the dock and get everything all set up for the next run. We're not from the shadows. And what's the one urgent task? Okay, so let's see. Which one is urgent task, actually? Okay. Let me actually read it. I wish they all had the same, like, jobs. So, is Asia. That's the second one. Okay. We can do the second one next, since it is pretty urgent, as said by... But I feel like Connie Chang had said one of these were also pretty urgent, but I don't remember which one that was. Was it the third one? Okay. Oh my god. One more time. Alright, so we're gonna do the second mission. And although she did say that having a decker wasn't required, I'm still gonna bring one, just because I mean there has not been a mission where I didn't jack into the Matrix at some point. And Maximum Law wanted to talk to me. I just remember that. So let me talk to him and see what all of that was about. Maximum Law surveys the docks from beneath his meticulously patched tarpaulin. Goggled and belted with electronics, his arms folded, his expression stern, a sweat-drenched little king. His boat rocks gently. As you approach, he looks sharply your way and breaks into an awkward smile. Hey, Inez, I was hoping you'd come around. You got a minute? What's up? Kindly had one poet burn your sand. Word is you're doing work for her, not normal Yellow Lotus stuff. Laws shifts from foot to foot. He fidgets with the heart on his belt. Shadow running. Woman's got to eat. I'm doing whatever is necessary. Maybe, maybe not. What's about it? I get it. Well, I didn't hear anything about it. Law smiles tightly like a conspirator. Listen, if you got info about runs, I can make it worth something. Your own poems call that kind of thing metadata. One poet likes to get the word on the street from the active operator. Doesn't Winpo's service to their clientele include not prying? It's not prying. Law speaks with authority. He thrusts his chest out and puts his hands on his hips. It's gathering information. The world runs on information. If you got metadata for me, great. If not, see if I care. Law looks out through the rain, across the rocking boats. He wipes his foggy goggle glasses. Wow. With a rag from his pocket, his stomach gurgles loudly. Augmented reality goggles aside, this gig is really boring sometimes. You ever want to talk shop? I'm here. Found us while poking around in the walled city. Worth anything? He scans the ship's casing with a handheld optical reader. Yo, that shit is banned! Lifted off some Yellow Lotus? They traffic this stuff. Delimited sim chips, full sensory experiences? You looking for a buyer? I can make it happen. How's 120 sound? I don't think I'm gonna need it. Sure, take it. Hope it finds a good home. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll sample it first, but these cow hots don't send you for a trip. Don't worry, I can handle my sims. Alright, see you later, Law. Yo, MS, let me know if you need anything. You're the biggest carnivore in the Kong. So what? Am I like the best? Cause thanks. But I'm gonna end the video here. If you like the video, comment or subscribe below, and we'll be heading into the Red Pose area next. That being said, thank you for watching. Mooshi Gamer signing out.